Hi, my name's Irmgard. I'm a Gunditjmara Karay Wurrung woman. Reconciliation means to me is forgiveness, coming together as one nation and respecting each other with lots of love so that we can start the healing journey.
Hello everyone, my name's Damien Morgan. I'm a proud original custodian of these lands. I'm of the Yorta Yorta people from central Victoria. Reconciliation to me means recognising the past, learning from our mistakes and going forward in a good positive direction together as one.
G'day, my name's Pete Dawson. I live and work on Bunurong Bunwurrung land, and reconciliation for me means walking side by side, black and white, sharing stories, understanding the true history of Australia together so that the future is a better place for everyone.
Hello, my name is Auntie Helen Bernads and I am the Elder and the Cultural Lead of Peninsula Health. What does reconciliation mean to me? It means action. It does not mean just empty words, and with the support of good non-Aboriginal people, this is happening up at Peninsula Health. Our third Reconciliation Action Plan is focused on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander employment, upping the numbers, and to give people a chance at something constructive and substantive like employment. We will also be focusing in on ex-offenders, appropriate ex-offenders, to give them that second chance. That is what reconciliation is, and we are living it, working it, and we will get there in the end in regards to supporting Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.
Hey guys, how you going? My name's Joshua Sim. I'm a Bangarang Yorta Yorta man, originally from Shepparton and Mooroopna area. That's where I am today. So I'd just like to acknowledge my elders, past and present. Also I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands where I am today, which is the Bangarang and Yorta Yorta people. And I'm just going to talk a little bit today about reconciliation and what that means to me as an Aboriginal man. Reconciliation, I think, means walking together as different cultures and different people from different backgrounds, being willing to and open to learn about each other's cultures, about each other's customs and traditions. We celebrate different things, different foods, different ways of living, learning about that. And also a big thing for Aboriginal people is acknowledgement. So being acknowledged of the long-standing culture that's been here for thousands of years, and being recognised for that. It's something that we want to educate the wider community more about and teach you more about our culture, about our customs and some of our traditions. We believe that if you live here in Australia, you live off the land or you live off these waterways, that you are part of our culture and we share our culture. So we are accepting and we want to invite people into that. And so that's what reconciliation means to me.
Hello everyone, my name is Carla Louch. I'm a proud Gunditjmara Karay Wurrung Bundjalung woman, born and raised on the Mornington Peninsula. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I was born and where I stand today, the land of the Bunurong Bunwurrung people. I'd also like to pay my respects to all elders, past, present and emerging. To me, reconciliation is about moving forward together as a nation. It's about respecting each other's cultures and traditions. And more importantly, it's about acknowledging the past and recognising our history as a whole, not just parts of it. I believe in order to move forward together, education is crucial. Our people are often perceived in a negative light, particularly through the mainstream media. And I think education is so important, not just for the non-Indigenous community, but for the Indigenous community as well, to share the beauty of Aboriginal culture. Growing up with fair skin, my Aboriginality was questioned at times and still is today. So I'd also like to create awareness on what it means to be Aboriginal and that the colour of your skin doesn't define who you are as a person. So let's come together and embrace each other's differences and move forward into the future as one. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Shaden. I'm a proud Yorta Yorta man from Shepparton. I was born in Shepparton and raised in the western suburbs. First of all, I just want to acknowledge the land that I'm on today, the Bunurong people, the original custodians of these lands and waters. I want to talk about reconciliation, what it means to me and a lot of other black fellas. First of all, I feel like it's about recognising the original custodians to this land of all Australian nation, from all countries of Australia and all different types of tribes. It's about recognising our people and our culture and what's happened, and most importantly, and acknowledging it. And acknowledging the strength that we've got that holds us connected to this land still today, that goes back 60,000 years. You know, like you got to look at the natural sources that we still live off today, which is Grandfather Sun, Mother Earth and Mother Nature. And these are the things that cost nothing, that give us a spiritual experience and a spiritual growth and an eternal peace of mind. I just want to acknowledge all elders and all people that have passed before me as well, and that have walked this land for 60,000 of years. And it's not about separating us as Aboriginal people or original people of this land. It's about acknowledging who we are and what we stand for, because without us you can't be connected to Australian land. And it's about like us coming together today, and we're not trying to separate ourselves or restrict ourselves from non-Indigenous people. We need you as much as you need us today. So let's come together and acknowledge and recognise the original custodians of this land, and come together as one and support each other and move forward together in a positive direction.
To me, reconciliation is, as a non-Indigenous person who grew up in the 60s, it's very much about acknowledging the injustices that's happened to Indigenous people, and me as a non-Indigenous person respecting and working with Indigenous people side by side to make this a better land to live in and a better country to live in.
Yeah, to me it's about recognising the past, the good, the bad, the ugly, and striving towards a more equitable future where more Indigenous voices are heard and we can work a lot more collaboratively for a better future in every way possible.
Reconciliation is about acknowledging what has gone on in the past and what can be done better in the future to have a more inclusive and progressive society for Aboriginal people to be given the same opportunities as non-Indigenous people in Australia. I think that we've gotten to a point where there's been no truth-telling and recognition of how advanced Aboriginal people were historically before colonialisation, and we could move forward as a nation and as a full world perspective, changing climate change if we were to implement more of the Aboriginal methods of farming, science and everything from the past and work towards that as a future. And our government needs to step up and actually make some change and empower Aboriginal people to make choices and direction of their own life in their own hands through ACCOs. Thank you.
Reconciliation to me is for the non-Indigenous people and Indigenous people of Australia coming together as one, closing that gap, connecting to culture, learning about and respecting each other's cultures.
Reconciliation to me means truth-telling, acknowledging the past and what our ancestors have gone through, but also celebrating our beautiful culture and each other.
Reconciliation Week to me is a chance to get together with the entire of Australia, whether you're Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander, brown, black, whatever colour you are, whatever race, ethnicity. It's a chance for us to all come together and I guess hopefully learn about some of the history of Australia, not only the last 300 years, but the last 40,000 years, but particularly a chance to talk about the effects of colonisation and how that has impacted our Aboriginal families and continues to impact our Aboriginal families to today. So I like to think of it as a chance to unify, but also educate on Australia's history, and a chance for us to come together and kind of bond over that, and hopefully educate some people and empower other people, but at the end of the day come together and kind of celebrate where we are today and where we have to go with the future and how to get there. But I think the day brings people together and is also a chance to celebrate the future but reflect on the past.
Hi, my name's Shirley Slan. I'm a Pitapita Wangamala woman from northwest Queensland. I acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we stand. I acknowledge all elders past, present and emerging. Reconciliation Week, what it means to me is everyone acknowledging our past, and that's as Aboriginal people, the First Nation people of this land, acknowledging the transgenerational trauma that it's had on our community, and it's about everyone working together, that's non-Indigenous alongside of Indigenous, with ensuring that Aboriginal people lead the way in regards to Aboriginal self-determination and allowing for healing amongst our communities. It's about everyone making a stronger and healthier place, not only for Aboriginal community, but for non-Indigenous too, but with Aboriginal community leading the way.
Hi everybody, my name's Lionel Louch. I'm a Gunditjmara, Karawarong, Bundjalung man. Here to talk to you today about reconciliation, what it means to me. Reconciliation to me is all about getting together, different cultures, different religions, different peoples, just coming together, sharing our cultures and our beliefs, our food and our customs. So here in Australia, we're the Indigenous people that are leading the way when it comes to reconciliation. I think it should be the other way, but it's us that are leading the way. And we're trying to bring and invite everybody into our culture, introduce people into our culture. What I do is educate people about Indigenous culture, Aboriginal culture. So I take walks, I take people through walks on the country, and I show you that country through my eyes, through the eyes of an Indigenous person. I show you that everything has a meaning and everything has a purpose. I teach you about bush tucker, and I teach you about medicine, about geology, and about healing. Grandfather, Son, Mother Earth, and all the positive energies. I teach you all about that, and I open people's eyes up to it. And generally when I do a walk with a group of people, after that walk, their eyes are completely open, and I know after that walk that those people become my allies and they open their eyes up to reconciliation, and they think a lot more and they talk a lot more after my walks. I notice people get together and have more conversations. Instead of sort of shunting it or ignoring it, now they're actually bringing it up forth at their meetings, at their tables, with their family groups. Everybody's talking about it because they're actually seeing this world through our eyes. So that's my put in reconciliation.
My name is Grant Lee. I'm a Willy Durable man from southeast and central Queensland. I'm here to talk about reconciliation and what it means to me. I work for Frankston City Council as the Reconciliation Project Manager. So reconciliation is very important to me. Reconciliation theme this year is more than a word. And it is more than word. It's about reconciling between the different cultures within Australia, but in particular how Aboriginal people and Torres Strait Island people can be reconciled with the past and what's happened in the past, but move towards a better future. And that's a future we can do together by working together. And that's what to me is about reconciliation. It's how we work as a one culture, as a one nation.
Hey past, I can still feel the heartbeat. Drums echoes the pulse of these harsh streets. Turn the radios up for a king's speech. Dictions of ambition must believe. Hey future, keep a solid vision on me. Native lingo, history is skin deep. My only sin was the color of my skin, so I must sin till pride emancipate mental slavery. And they said we would fail in time. Showed them up, we stood the test of time. I blame it on time, but regain it on time, so I claim it on time. Put soul in this image. This is music for the free spirit. Inspiration for those who really need it. Not those who listen, but those who really feel it. Sometimes culture is the reason that we made it. Yeah.
Spirit times, keepers of our story.
And the show will go on. Worship bird unks, we came to tell the world. Come on.
We have survived, written in our time, carrying our pride, raise the flags high. We have survived, keepers of our time, carrying our pride, singing out
Unity restores order. Famous words from a father to a daughter. The language of a mother to a son. Rituals since time begun. The circle of life is never broken. My ancestors of time have spoken. Free the slave of your mind, get open. A manuscript for a future, here's to hoping. Let it breathe just a little bit. Hey world, believe just a little bit. And if you can see in an etiquette of respect, birth to peace becomes relevant. But that concept alone is irrelevant to ambition, such tests are heaven sent. That's why we grab mics and go ridiculous and scream represent till the whole world be feeling it. Yeah.
Songs of our time, teachers of our story.
Let it be written in the mazes. Survival of a culture is the reason that we made it. Yeah.
Spirit